when I was in the legislature, it was a very serious matter to consider transferring water from one basin to another. Bill 7, many of the changes are said to improve water security, but they benefit a few large industries over in-stream flow needs. Maintaining some kind of flow that will protect species within the river. We should not be transferring water from one basin to another. And Bill 7 is going to make it easier for both the legislature to pass such a motion if they were even going to address the issue, because they wouldn't have to address the issue if this new bill goes through. It would be ministerial discretion. The other side of this, though, is my concern about the massive expansion of irrigation in southern Alberta when we're already not meeting basic water conservation objectives in the South Saskatchewan Basin. It's appalling that the irrigation industry has managed to, without any major consultation with Albertans, extracted significant funds, up to almost $800 million from federal and provincial bodies, to expand by up to 500,000 acres in southern Alberta. The irrigation potential, no public debate, no public input. In some cases, no environmental impact assessments. They're planning 10 new reservoirs or expansions of reservoirs. And as I say, based on their calculations of saving water through canalization as opposed to open dikes, they feel they can meet the objectives of massive expansion of irrigation just through those savings. And there's very little evidence that we've seen that's going to be successful. Allowing that expansion and then transferring from the north to the south, not only is it extremely costly, but many more risks are involved than I think we've been led to believe. Water conservation objectives relate to 45% of natural flow, and that's one indicator, which we have not been meeting again in the South Saskatchewan River. And in-stream objectives are even more minimal flows in the creeks and rivers that we, in many cases, are not measuring and not enforcing. We need to properly fund Alberta Environment to enable it to do adequate monitoring and put in place some accountability when these flows are not supporting life in the rivers and the creeks.